I'm gonna start to go
All
live.
right. You guys know what time it is, right? Here we go.
Let's go.
This is going to be a legendary show, you guys. Can't wait. Hello, 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 hello. Hey, hello. Hey, hello, hello, and welcome to the Clover Nova Note Show. I am your host, Miss Clover, Miss Clover Nova, and I am joined here by my lovely co-host. Okay, let me do this right because my camera is mirrored or whatever that means. To my right is Mrs. Coco. How are you, Miss Coco? Of
Hey,
course, I
hey,
don't have my. Of course, I don't
hey.
have my effects box on, you guys. Oh my God, Miss Coco. Listen, and to my left is Mr. Antonio G.
Hello,
Hey,
Mr.
hey, hey,
Antonio.
Okay,
hey,
so
hey.
okay, um, I'm gonna leave it off because this is it's pointless to put it on now. Listen, I had an amazing weekend. I had an amazing weekend.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's
Okay,
talk about it.
let's talk about it. Yes. Okay, so I could not wait to do this show today. Okay, listen. So, Friday. You know what? Let me say the best for last. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think I had a really, really, really good weekend. So,
What you say,
Miss,
Queen?
okay, we go. Miss Coco, how was your weekend?
Well, mine was amazing.
You
Uh,
sound very, very low on my end. Is that your end too, Antonio?
Just a little bit.
I'm a little bit low,
Just a
Yeah.
little bit.
just a little bit low. Let's
Okay.
turn her up. Let's see what we got. Is that better?
Yes.
Oh, Queen Jasmine said you must got some. I know what. Listen. Oh,
Talk about it. I
I got
mean,
some. I got some good energy, honey. But no, it wasn't. I got some good. I got some good energy, but it wasn't that. It wasn't that. So
Get
okay.
into that GDD.
Oh my God. Hey, Unc, how are you?
What's going on?
Hey, welcome y'all to the show. Okay, so Miss Coco, let's go. Well, how was your weekend?
my weekend was really, really good. It was Thanksgiving at
Mm-hmm.
home. This is our first year here. So I did welcome some family over.
Nice.
And like I told most of you, I decided to have my food catered. And
Oh,
Mm,
shout
okay.
out to
oh,
Mandy's
wait a minute now.
Let's
Kitchen.
See,
talk
cater the
about
food.
it.
Who? We taking the card. We taking the
Let's
card.
talk
How you gonna cater
about
your food?
it.
So let me tell y'all, this place is amazing. I have their information right there below. They are
Mm-hmm.
in Bolingbrook. So we were able to pick our food up Thanksgiving Day.
Mm-hmm.
Picked it up at noon. When I tell you everything was literally to die for, it was to die.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing. Everything just literally melted in your mouth. Those oxtails, baby, amazing.
Mm.
Shout out to Mandy's. They did their thing. When I become this millionaire, I am going to bless the hands of those that prepared our Thanksgiving dinner. Okay. They
All
were
right now.
time. Everything was perfect. Matter of fact, it was so good. I didn't take not one picture. I set everything
Mm.
up on our buffet table.
I got to see the spread though.
Well, why you just screenshot it?
Because I was assuming that was gonna come give me a plate.
When I tell you we were able to send trays home, we sent trays home of food, and I still have so much left over upstairs.
Hmm.
I'm
Yes,
sorry,
Wait a
so
minute.
my
I'm
tray is
sorry.
put up. My tray is ready for me to pick it up.
sure. Come on over
I'm
right
sorry.
now.
I'm sorry.
Okay. I thought you forgot about me. So you sent trays home, and I'd be like, I want to play. Okay. So y'all,
So
I get some Mandy's.
yes,
Wait a
last
minute.
yes.
I
Thank you,
just
Queen.
we got to
Thank you.
recognize Queen's Jasmine's statement here, a comment. So we talking about that sound like some sex to me, honey.
Not food porn. Not food porn now. Was it food porn, Coco?
You know what? When I tell you Queen Jasmine, when you put it in, it's just like you had to close your eyes every single bite. It was just like
When you
all it
put
was.
it in your mouth?
The food
Mm,
was
which
amazing. Shout
which
out again to Mandy's Soul Food, located in
uh,
Bolingbrook, Illinois. They are amazing. So shout out.
Okay.
So overall, my holiday weekend was incredible. What about you, Mr. Antonio?
oh, so we actually celebrated Turkey Day on Thanksgiving on Saturday. We had people coming in town, and then we also, wanted to make sure everybody was there. So it was a busy Thursday, Friday, to say the least. But everything worked out great. Everybody had a good time. I found myself, when, Big Mama, Grandma, or, Nemo, whatever term you use, would sit back and just be quiet, just watching everybody as they sit and eat, because they enjoyed the
Aw.
food. I found myself sitting in that. I was just sitting down, just looking at everybody. It was quiet as church, I couldn't hear a word, but everybody was enjoying the food, and that just made me feel so good to know that we got to feed the house.
You know they
So
say when everybody's quiet and eating, that means the food is good.
Mm.
yeah, exactly that part. That
When
part.
that room
So
get quiet, you did your
hmm
thing. Now if they eating and talking and
that was
stuff, it's
it.
like, no, y'all not even paying attention to what's going on, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
how was that banana pudding, Mr. Antonio G? Was that banana pudding hitting?
But I didn't make no banana pudding, girl. No, what I had was I had some. We had some
You
peach
showed me a
cobbler.
banana pudding.
I ain't sure no banana
Peach
pudding.
cobbler, right. I'm sorry. It was me that had a banana pudding.
Put your
Yeah,
cup down. Put your cup down.
right.
Yep.
Yeah. We had peach cobbler. Now the peach cobbler was on point. So we had peach cobbler, and then I made a good old pound cake too.
Oh,
That pound cake was on point. Let me tell you how good the pound cake was. So my mama, she went in after it was done and everything. I like to have a nice little crust on it, little color to it, around that crust, So she came in and she got the peeling it off of it. Tom said, if the crust is good, everything else is good. I said, uh-huh. Yes, ma'am, I know that. And she got to eating it. By the time she finished, she didn't finish half, almost three-fourths of the crust around the pound cake. Just
Yeah.
peeling it off and getting into it. So I said, all
People
right.
think the
Then,
cobbler is all about the peaches. It's about that crust, baby. Peaches, you know how
mm-hmm.
peaches taste. But when
Oh,
you
yeah.
season that crust right with that right amount of everything,
Yes, yeah.
it's
It
not
was
just
good,
about
though.
peaches and dough, y'all. What's
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
cup? Tea. And do I have the tea for y'all? My weekend. Listen, okay, so it wasn't the turkey and dressing and all that. I got a chance to spend time with an amazing group of people. I won't even call it a group, but it was an amazing environment of people. Okay, don't be thrown off by the term. They call themselves the hoes. And it's house of everything. So it's called ho.
and it is.
Okay? House of everything. With the the main hoe, Mikey.
Not the main. Oh, have mercy.
Listen, it has nothing to do with sex and all that stuff. It's not nothing to do with that. It's just that it's just a catchy little name that listen. And when I'm telling you, they can sell you some sexy stuff. They could, But anyway, I got a chance to spend time with them. Reggie said, "What?" I thought on Friday, the 25th, that I was going to an album release party at an event, like at a venue.
Mm-hmm.
Little did I know, I went into the most beautiful environment and beautiful place. I thought I was lost at first. I was going down the street, I'm seeing houses, and I'm like, did I get the address right? And I called Flash Gotti of the House of Everything. And he met me. I'm like, this is the place? He's like, yeah. And I walked in, and when I tell you, it was like walking in one of the houses from the Real Housewives.
Mm-hmm.
I came in, they were playing Michael Jackson. So I just shimmied my way to the kitchen. Like, what?
Hey,
Everybody was in the back. The way they embraced me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get emotional about what I'm going to say, but listen, I had the best time I had in my life in years at that place. Everyone, I was mingling with everyone. You know how you go to some places? I said this on my live on Facebook too, but you know how you go to some places and it's that one or two maybe energies that you like, okay, let me just come over here and talk. It was none of that.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the end, by the time it was time for to go, I was running around the house with my camera phone, just talking to people. And oh my God, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot
It was the
to
camera.
upload the picture. But guess what? I will do it on my Facebook page. Listen, if you guys are watching this right now or whenever you're watching it, go to Cloven Over Notes on Facebook. After this live, I will be uploading all the content from that night on Facebook page, Cloven Over Notes. Y'all can see what I'm talking about. Every vibe was everything. Like the house of everything was literally everything. They didn't want me to go. I didn't want to leave. I almost forgot I had to take care of my mama the next morning. We left that venue and went to Mikey's house where we just vibed out. Listen, I
Okay,
love
Mikey.
every last one. Shout out to the House of Everything. Shout out to everyone who was involved in it, from the dancers to the
Yeah.
camera people to the cook. Speaking of food,
Mm.
we had a spread,
Okay.
dressing, um, chicken wraps. I can't know the name. I don't know the name of it, but I wanted some more, but they were all gone. I didn't bring nothing home. They had shrimp. They had greens. They had mashed potatoes. They had an array of desserts. They had a
Okay.
drink that they call cold punch. I think it was. Don't quote me. I
Cold
forgot the
punch.
name of the drink. If y'all in here from the House of Everything, what was that drink called? The whole drink or something like that. And I named it Ain't No Ho, because that drink wasn't a ho. It was one of them drinks that you sip on like, oh, okay, instantly. But by the time you finish that cup, that second cup tastes like Kool-Aid.
You
Run.
supposed to go in.
So what did you make it in?
I made it at approximately 4 a.m.
And was back up at
Oh,
what time?
The party started at 7. I was there by 8, and I got home at 4 a.m. to wake up at 8
okay, Paul.
a.m. Because no matter what time I stay up late, I have to wake up at 8 a.m. So
Mm.
Mm. Mm.
I crept
Mm.
in at 4, and I haven't done that in years. That's why
Okay,
I did
4
it
a.m.
live with a hangover, just to let them know that I love the House of Everything. We're actually going to have them on the show because Mikey said it's sealed, signed, sealed, and delivered on the show on December 19th show. Stay tuned for that. Did you come home? Yes, I did. I did. I did. I did. It was all love there. We were like family. Did I come home alone?
Talking
Hmm.
about.
Come on, ask the
Um,
questions.
and Queen
that is
Jasmine.
that is a
If
great
you follow
segue.
me on Facebook, I'm always I didn't know if I was gonna go or not. I actually decided to go that day, so I didn't have time to like say, "Hey, come with me," because I didn't know if I was gonna go or not. It all depended on how my day went, and everything was leading me to go. And I I promise you, I came home alone, you guys.
Okay, that's
I'm
what
like,
they say.
trust me. Wait a minute. Hold on. First of all, the
Oh,
girl will tell you
mm.
if
Well,
I came
that
home
kind of
alone.
goes in with our topic for today. Actually,
Absolutely.
talking about these new relationships. How does that
Yes,
work with
let's get
you?
into that. Okay, so you guys know the title of this show is Dates versus Hookups.
Hmm.
To be transparent, okay, before we get into this, y'all, if y'all watching right now, please share this on y'all platforms. Share this on your Twitter, your Instagram, your Facebook. Share this link right now, you guys. Go on YouTube. We really need your feedback on YouTube. I know a lot of people hit me up in the DMs saying you had a good show. Miss Coco, did you get any DMs? Someone you had a good show. I really enjoyed your show, and we want that in the comments. That's going to help our show grow.
Them text messages. Don't text
Don't
me.
text me and say, "Oh, I love your show." Don't hit me up in no DMs. None of that.
Put it in the
I need
comments
these
below.
comments right here.
Put them down below.
Okay.
Comments,
So share this on your Facebook pages. Bring people in.
like,
Tell them, come
share,
on, we finna
subscribe,
get into some things. Cause we finna get into some things.
and
Okay.
hit that notification button. Hit the bell. Ding,
Hit
ding,
the
ding, ding,
bell
ding,
on
ding,
YouTube so you
ding.
guys will be front and center. We're actually thinking about going live with you guys 15 minutes before the show, so that we can kind of warm up with you guys. You guys can see us struggle to get ready and just be like, "Hey, you guys, welcome to the show." There's a lot to go on before these shows, y'all. So, yeah, make sure you hit the bell on YouTube for the notifications, and let's get into it. Now, dates versus hookups. Okay, so I'm just gonna read the description so you guys can see, formulate your questions or your opinions or your experiences in the comments below. And it says, Kaden is wondering, did the art of dating change, or is there simply a new wave of dating and we're just stuck in traditional ways? Okay, we're going to stop there. I feel like I am more of if you're interested in me and you want to get to know me, let's go somewhere that we mutually agree on, a place we could sit and talk. Some people could talk over drinks, some people could talk over meals, some people could talk while walking. But let's just go and vibe out and just talk and get to know. Let's meet up somewhere. You know, in my personal experience, that's not a very popular way of encountering someone. And I'm
Hmm.
thinking everything is like leaning towards social media. And I want to actually throw this at Mr. Antonio, okay? Because these are the married couples here. These are the married
They
couple.
got me, child. They got me.
So
If you
listen,
like it, then you
we ain't
better
gonna
put
talk
a
about
ring
we
on
ain't
it.
gonna talk
If you
about
like it, then
now. We're gonna
you
talk
go,
about
oh.
before you
No.
got married. Right. If you
So,
like it, then you
So,
should have put a ring on it. You should have. So am I doing this wrong? Okay, so before you guys were married and were dating the person you're with now, can you walk me through your process of finding that significant other? Were you guys like on social media, or are you going out to meet people, or what? Because a girl need a little help.
well, social media wasn't really out um,
Somebody's giving their age.
when I met my
was it
king. Maybe MySpace. I'm not really
MySpace?
sure. I was.
There was a MySpace. There was a MySpace. she, she was on Yahoo Messenger, child. Let me tell you. AOL, that dial up with the CDs used to come in the mail. You put them in there and you get and you get your minutes. Yes, child.
How long? 3 nights
Not you got mail. No.
You got mail.
weekends. Okay. So yes, I don't even think MySpace was out when I started dating my king. So that lets you know it was face to face kind of interaction. I don't think
Hmm.
MySpace was out.
How long? What year was it again?
Oh, now that you say it, girl.
Hmm.
Because we were
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it was the phone. It was the phone dating app thing, right? You leave a message and then they call in and they get the message and then you go.
was
Okay,
So
not.
you want to do
Antonio.
in that one?
An-
I'm going back. Let me-
Antonio's trying to keep it PG. We were talking about the party line, you guys. Okay, let's just put it out there. He's talking about the phone thing. No, party line.
Not that one. Okay.
No, it was
Don't
not.
try to act like you don't know what you were talking about, honey. No, you know it damn well was the party line.
So no, my
Right.
husband and I met face to face. That's how we started dating. I met him. It was maybe about 7-ish or so. It was getting kind of dark outside. He had on his red shirt, some jeans, some red Converse. I was
Mhm.
actually Miss Clovenova herself.
Pause. Pause. Everybody, let's get into the fact that she remembered what he had on. Let's get into that.
All the way down to the kicks.
Let's
Okay.
get into the
All the
whole
way
outfit.
down to the kicks.
Yes. So yes, that is what he was wearing. It was actually two ladies on the shirt. I don't know the brand, but it was two ladies on the shirt, not naked, but just like their silhouette.
That's neither here or there.
Okay,
So
I
you met him on the original social media, which was
fake.
the line of that was partying.
No, I didn't meet him on the party line.
But you met him from.
No, I did not.
What you mean, Matt? Like Uncle Reggie's saying right here, was it from a bar? Was that a park? How did y'all meet?
In front of the building of 11401, and I walked.
No, but how did that come about? She okay. I don't know if she was keeping this out on purpose or not. wasn't the original intent was on from the line that was partying?
I was Kyla. Wow, no, ma'am, I did not meet him from the party line.
Not hit. Okay, so how did you connect with him?
I met him in front of 11401.
How?
Oh my
We were just
Lord.
walking past one day, and you just came outside and was just like, "Hey."
Y'all just bumped into one another. Just tripped over each other.
No, actually, he was driving a box Chevy. It was
Okay.
brown color 4-door. It was the Broham, I believe, is the Chevy. Parked his car. So technically, it was through a mutual friend.
From where?
What do you mean, Nova? Because you know something I don't know.
How did you two meet? Who introduced you? How did y'all introduce? How did the conversation happen for y'all to meet each other in front of 141?
Again, through a mutual friend. Had nothing to do with the party line. It was through a mutual friend. So
it was a blind date.
There you have it.
Okay, so it was a blind date. Mutual friend said, "Hey, I got this girl. I got this guy. I think y'all should meet," and then y'all met in front of 141.
That sounds cute.
Oh, see, no, that I feel some trickery in this story.
Okay,
Tell
so
us exactly
moving on.
what
Antonio
he said right here.
Antonio
He says, "Tell us, okay? Tell us the truth. Spill the tea, honey."
My husband and I had a mutual friend, and I met my husband. Come on, Mr. Young. Go on somewhere now.
Come on, now tell it. That's old
Tell
school
me,
game
tell
right
me more
here.
about this mutual friend. Tell me more about this mutual friend.
A mutual friend and I went to school together. We attended the same college. So maybe you're missing something, and we
Okay.
can.
Okay. Yeah. I'm juicing this up a little bit. And I apologize. It's coming back to me now. Okay. So now I know.
Because it's giving me like, wait, you trying? Is it something I don't know?
I assume that someone from the line that was partying that
No,
you were it's first, but then okay. So now I remember now.
Put your cup down.
I remember.
Put your cup down.
I remember now. Okay, so
we having a Celine Dion moment.
Is
Is it all coming
hot,
back
y'all.
to me now? Is it all coming back to me now?
Yeah.
with
Yeah. Okay,
Celine Dion in it. Okay.
So
I know, and
a
that's
mutual friend. So that would be publicly. That wouldn't be no social media or
I
anything like that. So
said
that's
that about
publicly.
20 minutes ago. I said that. Yeah, it was face to face. I said that like 20 minutes ago.
Okay, so that's more traditional. You meet someone and you see them face to face first, and you kind of connect.
Lemonade job. It's just lemonade. What she?
That's spiked lemonade. What you say?
No, ma'am.
It's hard lemonade. Is that what?
I bet it is.
I met Mikey face to face. Again, social media wasn't even around. The party line was, social media wasn't, and no, I did not meet my king on the party line from anyone
which
knowing
is
the party line.
which
It
is
was
how me and her met. We met through the line that was partying.
that is true.
Mm,
So here we are, 20 years later.
Many moons ago.
many
Yeah,
moons.
when Brandy was a good singer. So
Oh,
Antonio,
wait a minute. You said when she was a good singer.
I think
Uh,
Nova.
Are we?
Excuse me.
Okay. Shout out to Skylar. She met her husband in 2006 on a chat line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so chat line hookup. So should I go back to the party line to find a mate? I don't know.
Miss Skylar, question for you. How did you guys exchange pictures to see like what he looked like versus what you look like? I want to
Oh,
know.
good question. Because the party line could be a little it
Tricky.
could
I
be a
think it
little
was. I think it was
hit and miss,
actually a
honey. It could be a little hit
combination.
and miss, honey. You see somebody, oh, they sound sexy. Oh, then you see them, you're like, oh. Or you see them or you smell them, you're like, oh.
Not you smell them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not all the
So,
time.
you know.
Think it was a combination because I think you're fine on the party line, and then like what Uncle Reggie would say. So you then that's when y'all meet at the bar at the park,
Right.
and that's
Okay.
when
So
you get to
that's
see him in
that's
person.
that's the traditional way. You go to a park, you go
Yeah.
somewhere where it's public because you don't know if that person crazy. You don't want to have to deal with that uncomfortability of kicking somebody out. So you kind of
Mm-hmm.
like meet at a public place.
Yep.
So we're gonna pin this over to Mr. Antonio. And Antonio, can you tell us a little bit how you met your significant other, honey?
Well, my husband, we met.
Oh, wait.
Hold,
Sorry.
pause. What?
We're pausing. Okay.
What is
What
supposed?
happened?
Okay, so this. Oh,
So
hold
the
on.
answer to your question was, she said he sent me a picture through my phone.
No, go back to
And
that other one. Go back
then
to that
she
other one. Go back to that other one.
says,
Whoever's
I'm
running the
coming.
board.
That's first part, second part. But it was supposed to be a one night stand. And I always call it a
One.
one night stand that went wrong. And now we're together 15 years later. Oh, that's beautiful.
Okay,
That
that's
is
the kind.
beautiful.
That's those the kind of one night stands that
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. And oh,
it's a young
come through. Come through.
Oh, say hook up.
Hey,
Listen. Okay, so me.
listen.
Okay, so they're married. Okay, no, go back to Antonio. Antonio, please let us know. How did your relationship start? Where did you meet? How did you meet? How did you know it was the one? He was the one.
Okay, that's a lot of
It,
questions. Okay, so the first one is we met actually online, and then we met, and it was so crazy too, is because when the first time we met, we just sat and we played video games all night. That was our first date. It was crazy. I was like, yeah, we just sat and played freaking
there was
Free
no
Fire.
conversation, no talking, no nothing.
No, we talked. We talked the whole night. We talked the whole night and played video games and ate. So
Okay,
that for
y'all
me
had a
was like
mutual
okay,
activity.
wait a minute. This ain't just a, wham bam, thank you, man. No, this is actually something going on here. So that was great.
Question: you said it wasn't a women, so y'all had relations before the video game playing.
We didn't.
this lady
There was
Oh,
is.
nothing.
that was that the intent at first?
Potentially, it was potentially
Okay,
the
so y'all
intent.
and you met how again? Was this military? No, I want to know
Simple.
if this was online or was this I saw
Yeah, I said
you.
online.
Hey, let's
I
go.
said online.
Okay.
Yeah. We met online. We met on the website, and then I mean that was we were meeting to hang out and see where things went, and then we just sat and played video games and talked the whole night.
Hmm.
So it was pretty cool. So that
Okay.
was
So
just
now
like, hmm.
we got a in person. I'm sorry, y'all. My mirror's back. So we got an in person meeting and we had online meeting, which is
Hmm.
perfect because now I'm trying to figure out which one is best for me.
But
um.
this, but this is bit. Remember, well, not remember, but excuse me. So my husband and I, we
I wasn't
haven't been
there.
married 10 years yet. So that's different. So we're recent. We're just right in. Because a couple of y'all been married for 15 years, right? 20 years. Which one is it?
We've been together 20 years.
Right.
We've
Yeah.
been
So
married
it's different.
2007.
Yeah, as long as our relationship,
Right.
I
Right.
think I have
Yeah.
maybe a year before. Was it a year before I met you? Met him. I met you a year before.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So
And Nova is
Okay.
actually the only person I met off of the party line. I always thought it was cool to kill time, but I thought to meet a person was crazy. And as you see, 20 plus years later, it
she
is.
met a crazy person. See, so the person was crazy, and then she turned around and met a
Point
crazy person.
check.
So,
Point check.
but I'm the only person you met off the line.
Yes.
Okay, I feel special a bit. Or you like after you meet me,
What do
like
you
what's
mean?
the
No, you're
point?
special.
We met that person, a mutual friend over here. Oh, she like, don't.
I thought you was gonna make it cute, girl.
No,
Jesus.
he's a mutual friend.
I know, but I thought you were just trying to keep it cute. Like I
We were
was,
trying to set you up on a date with him.
huh?
Oh, you don't remember. Child, next question.
I'm.
All right.
Was it
So,
memorable?
Mookie,
well,
friend Mookie. Yeah.
Uncle Reggie said here. He said I had a lot of hookups on the party line. Talk about
Now,
it.
okay, so let's get into that. Let's get into that. Okay, so the next part is okay. So I posted on here on the description. It says traditionally, dating was about finding a public place to converse, either over a meal or drinks, finding some mutual hobby to enjoy together, or a simple walk and talk were sufficient. It was about getting to know more about each other and bonding. Today, we see more hookup opportunities and suggestions, especially over social media. And also the trend Netflix and chill seem to have taken the date scene from outside to indoors. Why do you guys think that is? Like why since Netflix and movies nights came out, why do you think people are meeting more in the house than outside? I know you guys can't, but in the comments, if you're watching this right now, why do you guys think that people are now meeting people inside rather than going outside? Is it because social media or what? And there's even a dating trend that started in 2019. They call it pocketing, which happens when someone doesn't introduce you to their other people because they're hiding you away. So have you ever been, and for you two before marriage, have you ever been pocketed? I feel like I've been pocketed a lot.
I mean, now they put a name. Everybody want to name everything. Everything needs a label and all this stuff. You know what I'm
But I'm
saying?
talking
But
about
yeah, I think
when
that's
you're ongoing talking to somebody and y'all haven't but you
yeah,
haven't met none of their people. You
yeah.
haven't, they haven't
I think
introduced you to
that's
nobody.
normal, though. To be honest, I really think it's normal. I mean, when you first start to get somebody, know someone, you want to make sure that that person is the right person before you introduce them to your family and to your loved ones, before you bring them around people, because you don't know if they're going to be around. And then
Sure.
especially if you're someone, if you're a single parent and you had children, you're not going to bring them around your kids until you know for sure that person is who you want, because you don't want to have your children or even your friends see you having this rotation of individuals coming in and out your life.
Yeah.
So I think there's a positive spin to that. Now, if we get to a point to where you're telling your loved ones that you ain't with nobody, you ain't seeing nobody, then that's different.
But how
But
would that other person know if you're telling your people but they haven't seen them? But you're on the other side. You're seeing them every day. but you're
Mm-hmm.
not sure yet, but you're telling other people you're single. Because a lot of that goes on too in dating. It's like
Yeah.
how long does it take? Okay, if you're seeing someone on a regular and you
Mm-hmm.
guys are having intimate relations and everything, how long do you think it should be before I should have met either your friends or family members or somebody? Or do you think that even matters at all?
What you think, Coco?
Yeah, Miss Coco. If
It
you're before, did we talk about before marriage, before your
Just in
husband,
general. Yeah.
just in general? How long do you think someone should date before they start introducing people as, because I think some people introduce them as friends first. When you're dating, it's like, hey, this is my friend. They ain't got to know what's going on. We don't even know what's going on. So it's like, hey, this is my friend. But how long do you think it should be before you say, hey, this is the person I'm dating?
I'm a bit different. I don't feel like you should take anyone to meet your family. Just like, I don't allow anyone to my house. I'm not just going to say, oh, we've been dating a few months. Let's go meet the family. No, because if I decide I don't want to be bothered with you, now you know where my family lives. And I'm not going to put my family in jeopardy. So,
Well,
Right. Wait, wait, in jeopardy. If it don't work, if it
yeah,
don't work out, why would your family be in?
because I've already taken
yeah.
the person to meet my family.
Okay, well,
And
let's
now
talk
you
about
Mm-hmm.
it.
talk about, yeah. If I meet you, we're hanging out. I say,
Mm-hmm.
hey, here's my family, and you like, okay, they're cool. They think he's cool, and then I call it off. But then you think you can go and chill at my family's house? No.
Mm,
So now we're putting a lot of people's lives in jeopardy.
true. So, because sometimes you can meet people and you don't know how attached they are to you until you're like, this is not quite working out, and then you see that other side of them. Some people
Especially
don't take rejection.
voodoo.
Yeah, they don't take
That
rejection
hoodoo.
lightly, which is why they
Mm-hmm.
probably are the ones who just hook up, or
Yeah.
people hook up in general, because sometimes I think some people need to see, and I've been, this way too with people. When I really like somebody, I break up with them, just a little breakup, just like, I don't think this is working, just to see if they're going to go crazy. There's always
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of resistance from me, and if you could survive that resistance, then I'm like, okay, he really do.
But why break up with the person if you are feeling the person just to see?
Right.
Why
Right.
playing
Because
number?
you never know how the other side of the person, if they can understand why I'm feeling like this might not be a good thing.
And then you allow
Mm-hmm.
that person to stray off, and then he finds someone else, and
No,
now
it's not a straight up. Listen, okay, so this is my type, and I'm giving away my little secret here. Okay, if I really like somebody, and any guy that's watching this right now, don't feel like you got an upper hand on me, because you know what I'm saying, this ain't that. Anyway, if I really like somebody, I kind of give them I don't feel like this is going to work.
Mm-hmm.
One, I want to see if they're interested in finding out why, or if they're just going to agree with it and say, okay. Because they say, okay, and I mean, they wasn't attached to me either, because you never, sometimes, and this is, I blame this on social media. Social media has dampened the conversation. It's
Mm-hmm.
dampened it's dampened people's expression of how they feel about you. Everybody's, abbreviating every goddamn word, everything. They're just WYD. Like, no, like, talk to me. Don't talk to me like you would send a text to anybody else. I
HR.
want to know that you're interested in me. I want to know that. So, okay, we're gonna get there. I want to know that, they're interested. So I first present the fact that I don't feel like this is going to work out,
Mhm.
just to test it. I'm not going to just let them just go or just wander out. I want to throw that out there to
Yeah.
see how invested they are in me. And this is only because I haven't gotten any feedback for us how you feel. When it's going on for a little period of time, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, so what's going on with us? Like, you're calling me all the time, but you're not putting a title on it or anything. So I'm like, I don't think it's gonna work out because I'm not seeing any effort. I don't want to just tell people because sometimes people egos get bruised
Yeah.
when you say you're not doing enough for me. So I just throw it out there like I'm really not sure if this is going to be anything bigger than what it is. And if they're interested in finding out why, and it opens them up, then I know that I have something to work with. Okay, now he may have been feeling the same way I felt.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't feel like I was invested in it. So now he's like, well, why? I'm spending time with you and da da da. So I'm like, okay. But there's been times when I've thrown that out there and it's just been like, all right.
But
And
you out there.
and I'm okay with that because now I'm like, okay, cool. Now he don't get how I felt about him. So there's not this awkwardness of I cared about you and I was growing feelings. Now I know you wasn't even invested. So now I could shut mine off and I look stupid at the end of the day. You know, so that's just one. I have many tests that I put guys. So don't think y'all gonna get me after that test. Y'all
I
gonna
would
pass
say
that.
be careful doing that though, because you don't want to
Yeah.
start playing any mind games with the person. Like,
Right.
Is
by
that
all,
mind games though? Is that how I
Yeah.
generally just really feel how that person makes me feel?
no, so definitely have that conversation with the person and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling. I feel like you maybe should do this or that. Don't say, hey, I'm gonna push back because you're not doing this. You're not giving them an opportunity. Maybe they haven't had the experience to treat someone. No one had that requirement that you are requiring of them. So I would not use that approach. Me personally.
So cut out the test.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
I
terrible.
like it.
Okay.
You ain't got to test nobody
Um,
if they're gonna
Nashonda
get it or
Essence
not.
says, I think it depends on the relationship. Is this a person I'm just hooking up with or serious about? If hook up, no way. If I like them, it depends on them.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, Nashonda. Um, so you say it depends on the relationship. What if it hasn't even gotten to a relationship yet? It's just somebody you're seeing and it's been a consistent thing. Y'all hooking up, y'all either going out or y'all just spending time with each other. And you know, when you spend time with people, sometimes it's like, I really like this person. I really feel like this person likes me. But the
But
the,
that's
the
the
conversation hasn't come up yet,
but that's the
you know.
thing though. I think they're all relationships, right? It's still a form of relationship.
Okay. I get that too.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm
Yeah.
digging.
It
Maybe I
might not
think
be
the deepest of the
a
bond.
committed relationship, but it's still some type of relationship. So that conversation, what I hear you saying is that you guys have had the relationship or had the conversation to say, let's be exclusive. But that's a committed relationship, but you're still dating or seeing each other or hanging out.
Sorry about that. He's having some internet
It was
issues.
getting juicy too. Hey, welcome
So
you guys to the Imperfectly Perfect Show. Anything can happen at any moment. We keep the cameras rolling.
yeah.
So what I'm thinking, okay, so what I'm hearing is that I'm horrible at dating and I play my game.
Let's talk about it.
I will be the first to admit that I am not an expert on dating. If you don't be there, I'm a Leo. If you're not telling me I want this, and that from you, I am going to assume whatever my mind is seeing. If I'm seeing that you're just here because um I have a beautiful personality and you know you're not around people like me and you know you're just here.
It's more
I'm gonna this is that's it. You know, if you're not telling me what you require or what you're feeling, I won't know. So yeah, I'm horrible at reading people's minds. I don't know how to do that. And if we're chilling for a long time, if we're just friends, I can see that. Like I know if a friendship. But if you're around me all the time and you're hey beautiful and you're doing this boyfriend type stuff, but we haven't even labeled it that yet. You know, you're to the point where you're the good morning, the good night, the little text that you do every day.
Hmm.
But there's no label on it. And it's been like 2 months.
See, that's interesting.
What are we doing?
That's so funny.
Why you want to
I
know about
think,
my day every day? Why for 2 months? Now
yeah.
I don't have friends who do that. Not good morning, good night every day. Now me and Miss Coco, we may talk every day. Me and Mr. G, we, but it's not like every
Hmm.
moment. Like you want to know everything I'm doing. You, the compliments, the hey, beautiful, all this stuff. But there's no title after 2 months.
So, after 2 months, you think you should have a title?
After 2 months, I should know what you feel about me. What are you feeling right now? Where's your heart?
But what?
What
But
do you
what if?
expect this to go? Where do you expect this to go? Or if this is
Okay.
just this is what you do with all your friends, like should I not be feeling the way I feel? And this only come in play when I'm feeling, oh my God, this could possibly be
Get out of your
the one.
feelings.
Right. But what if they were to tell you, yes, this is what I do to all my friends? Then what?
Woo!
But then you're being
Then what?
direct with me. You're telling me. That's
Okay.
why I say I don't think anything is going to come of this. Like this is I don't know. Do y'all
Hmm.
think that's playing a game? I'm sorry, but I'm disclosure. I'm horrible at dating. I don't. This is why I'm single. I'm horrible at it. I don't know when to hold them, when to fold them. I'm sorry.
Let's get to the. So I think this ties in a little bit what Courage was saying here. He says, so nowadays you got to be careful because some people are crazy. So I like to meet people at a restaurant now.
So
Okay.
my
Yeah. Like okay. That's another thing. We haven't went out anything. We just talking. We're texting. We're talking. We
Yeah.
sending pictures. Like, where's the hey? Let's go out and get something to eat. Let's go out and get something to drink. Like, I'm not
Right.
into being a text buddy and every day, and I'm texting you every day, and you just hey, WID. What do you want from me?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's
And that's
happening
good.
here? What's
And
going
that's a good time to have a conversation. If y'all out in the restaurant, y'all out in public or whatever, let's talk about this
on?
thing.
Exactly. We're
You know
talking
what I'm
about none of
saying?
that. We're just talking about WID. Where's the rest of the
Right.
alphabet?
well,
It's
right.
just like Nashandra, what she's saying.
Yeah. What? Let's
I demand clear intentions or you will not get my attention at all. Speak on it,
Okay.
Chandra.
So
Yes,
Nashonda,
right.
I should be more, hey, what's going
Correct.
on? Okay, when do you do that though? Because sometimes you can run people away when they're like, hey, good morning, um, you're beautiful. Should I just immediately be like, what do you want from me? What's going on? Hi,
Oh,
how are you? What's going on?
I personally, I mean, they're saying good morning. Now, when you're not getting those good morning texts, then you should say, okay, this person didn't even think about me today. But they took the time out to text to say good morning. Open up the conversation. Good morning. How are you? What's your plans for today? It
hmm
depends how you proceed with the conversation, but don't get all defensive like, what you mean? Good morning. Don't good morning me. What's good about
No,
it?
I'm not saying initially. I'm talking about 2 months.
It's
Well,
only
have you guys met face to face by now?
No, they were just constant texting, social media stuff. Is everything social media?
Okay. So I'm not a,
Send
I'm
me a
not
picture.
a,
Send me a contact picture.
yeah,
What are
yeah,
you
yeah.
doing
No, I love
today? How are you doing?
to, when we going to meet would be my question.
Right,
When can
like
we sit
what?
down and meet and have dinner, have lunch, have brunch, go out, whatever? That's what I
I
need to
have
know
I have
at that
DMs
point.
about people just texting about what they're doing in their day. I had this happen today, and this went on in my life, and I'm just like, oh, well, I hope things get better, and I'm glad you're having fun. But it's every when you get it every day consistently as if your boyfriend is hitting you up. Good morning. I hope you have a beautiful day today. Oh, thank you. Then in the evening, hey, I hope your day is going good. My day is going good. Thank you. Good night. I'm finna go
Mhm.
to bed now. I'm finna hop in the shower. What are you doing all that for? And
yeah.
if you do that with all your friends, why?
It's probably just a sharer, but I like what Shonda had to say right here, boy. They run. They ain't the one. Hmm.
That's exactly why I do it. If I'm saying, hey, what do you expect from me? Like, where's this going? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what's your intent? You know.
Yeah.
So within 2 months, you're saying you're ready to ask that question, like, what's your
What's going on? Like, are we friends? This is how you treat your friends, like all their friends? 'Cause I want to know if I should even invest any kind of additional thoughts about you. You
And
know.
Tony, you can't react until it's posted. That's why.
Okay.
I pushed the button. There it is.
Okay. Nashonda said that's too long for me. After 2 or 3 weeks
So
of
it is.
daily conversation, we meet. That's what I'm saying. Like, and I'm
That's
not going to
right.
initiate it because you hit me up first. Hey, beautiful. Okay, you hit me up first. I
Why?
need to know if you're interested in that stuff.
Why? You talking about me, Chris Coco? Look at you. Come on, Brandy. That's right, honey. Say
Yeah.
it.
Come on, Brandy. Yes. Feed me,
That's
Seymour.
right. That's right. Feed me. Tell me what's going
Feed me.
on.
Yes. I like to eat.
You know, I
If y'all
like
sign up for a
chicken.
pouch, I like to eat. Like, girls like to eat. I'm sorry.
Right.
Girls love a little night out on the town to feel special. We love to get dressed up and go out to eat. Like,
Exactly that part.
please.
That took me out.
But okay,
Yes.
so to that whole point, do you guys feel like people are leaning more to social media for their hookups, for their connection? Is it more social media based? And or do you guys feel like people are still out dating? I might just haven't met the right type of people. Maybe I'm not getting out enough. I don't know. I feel like I'm not getting out enough. But even if you meet people on social media, should that exclude saying, hey, what are you doing at Friday around 8:00? I love to go out and get to know you. You know, people don't have
See, a
that.
lot of people are sitting behind the anonymity of the computer. You know what I'm saying? They got that, internet strength or that I think that's what they call it. But like
Like they call this liquid
Racist,
courage,
yeah, that liquid, right. They got that computer courage,
cyber
social
courage.
media courage, that cyber courage. There you go. I like it. And like he said, my experience, um,
Yeah.
when that happens is that most of the time they just want sex. That's it. But just say it.
And that's,
Just
you know
being a
what,
grown ass and being an adult and say, I just want some.
Reggie, and to my point, when I do, what do you want? What's your plan? What happens when it turns into social media turns into, so where do you stay? What side of town you stay on? Can I come over
That's
and
it.
kick it sometime? Never met him. Can I come over and kick it sometime? Or even, why don't you come to my place sometime? Why should your place of residency be the first? Is that a no, or in some cases it should be acceptable, or what?
That's
Because
about gas.
Yeah.
Gas is expensive. They need to know if I got to travel to you or you travel to me. I can set the CTA, the pace. I need to know where you at. So I need to know.
and what if they say, hey, I'm over here. Can you also come and get me?
Oh, let's see. No.
No,
Mm-mm.
we're
No,
not.
we're not transferring. That's the hookup piece right there. No. I don't. I don't.
Because I'm
I
not
would
dropping you
never.
off.
I've never.
If I have to come get you, you're stuck.
I
I didn't do it before I was married. I wouldn't do it.
After the first day, I know if I want to screw him or friend him or keep pursuing it. You know what? I feel that way too.
That's
But
right.
some people I've been on back in the day. I've been on dates where I'm like, I want to screw him, but I don't want to screw it up. So I want to kind of just pick his brain. I want to
Mm.
see what he's into. I want to find that weird, because I'm a little eccentric sometimes, as you guys know. I want to find that comfortability point before I start giving the intimacy part. I need to know who you are, but after your representative introduces me to him. Because when you
Right.
first meet
Right.
people,
Right.
they're on their best behavior. That's the representative, right?
That's right.
I want to go into that main office and meet the
Mm-hmm.
boss who's
That's right.
running the company, because that's going to let me know if and I say dating, to me, and don't steal my quote. If you do, give me 15%. Dating is the preview before the movie that you want to
Mm-hmm.
watch. And sometimes, you look at a trailer and be like, nope, I ain't gonna watch that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a good trailer. They're just telling me titles of the movie. Like, I don't want the title, I want the trailer. I want to see what the movie all about. And that
Mm-hmm.
representative is going to sell you a good movie, but that boss is
Right.
going to tell you exactly what it is. Okay, let's get into some more comments. I love this feedback, y'all. Y'all are giving today. I love
Mm-hmm.
this.
Come
Make sure
on,
you guys are
people.
sharing this broadcast with people. Bring people in. We want to hear all of this. This is juicy, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Help me. help her find a man.
Well, as Shonda says, it's okay to know the area, but if they ask for a ride, deal breaker. He's
Exactly.
blocked. I
Right.
don't date men without cars. You better find your
You
own
know
way.
what? Being
Find your own way.
transparent, I've picked up many a man. I've picked
And
them
to
up.
Mm-mm.
my point, at our age, we're adults, right? Now,
Right.
18, 19, maybe they don't have a car, but we are of age. There's absolutely no reason you should be picking up a man for a date, for a night, for anything. You should not pick up a man. That man is supposed to drive to whatever place y'all decide to meet at, open your door, and let you in the car. Now, with that,
Mm-hmm.
I'll go ahead and pass the mic.
What if
I know
the
what
Oh
is.
reason they don't?
Lord.
What if the reason they don't have a car is because they don't know how to drive? They're not coordinated. They just
Well, they better Uber.
they just keep failing the test.
They
They don't have a
better
driver's
Uber,
license.
Lyft, something else. They better find a way.
Qualified to date me. If
Oh,
you're not qualified to have a driver's license, you are not qualified to date me. How are we gonna elevate and you can't drive? We
but
gotta
what if
go.
you got money
Hmm.
for Ubers and rides? Like we going out, the car be here at 8. Let's go.
No.
Well, I
Occasionally,
don't know. Wait a minute now. Hold on.
if you want to send me a limo, but absolutely not. You're getting in and out of Ubers, bed bugs, cockroaches, people. I'm
Ooh,
not bothered
not
with you.
bed bugs and cockroaches. An Uber. I can't eat.
I see these videos. Okay, I'm not. No, I am not picking you up. I'm not picking you
Not
up.
bed bugs and cockroaches. Come
No,
on, Berta. Tell
no,
her.
I'm not.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I mean, if somebody sends a
So,
car out to get you, I think that's okay. You know what I mean? If it's a car, maybe
okay.
I don't know. I don't put a bias on the car thing. I don't know. If you can get to me and get back home, I'm good. If you can meet me
mhm.
somewhere, I don't know if you're catching the bus or not. And it to me, it sends the to me, it sends a signal that I'm not materialistic. You ain't gotta have all that. I know that you may not know how to drive. You may have gotten your car repoed. You may have been in an accident, and I just met you right after your car got totaled.
Not
You know,
repo.
so now,
Come on, Ashana, not the man for me. Come on, Whitney. Sing it, Whitney.
No.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, there's reasons people not have. I don't put like, oh, you ain't got no car. Now, if you ain't got no job, but if you ain't got no car, I don't know, cause I've been without a car and I still felt dateable. You know, so I don't
And
put that. I don't put that on a guy like you ain't got no car. No, because you may not be a good driver.
girl,
So
that's
you may know I'm not good behind the wheel. So let me not get a car.
you
I get
need
right.
Yeah.
crazy. In the beginning, do you have a car? Do you have a valid driver's license? Do you have insurance? Who do you live with? How many credit cards? Are you in debt? What is your credit score? Come on now, we already talked about these things. What are we
That's
doing?
right. Come on, Shonda. What you say? Listen to what Shonda has to say.
Sis,
It's
Yeah.
upgrade.
upgrade.
Yeah,
Okay?
Exclamation mark.
That's right. Upgrade.
okay, so okay.
The,
I
Come on.
I hear you guys, and I thank you guys so much.
Deal breakers, boo. Come
the
on.
village has spoken.
That's right. TOC said it. We don't want no scrubs.
Right.
Yelling at your best side, what is it? Your passenger side of your best friend's car.
Nova's gonna step away for 2 seconds.
Yeah, let me check on something real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Who's this child? Just turn your camera off. Okay, there we go.
There you go.
Right.
As we,
So Antonio, with
I
us
love it.
happily married people, I think it's
Mhm.
completely different.
I
Um,
agree.
Loving that we were able to get all of the feedback in the comments to kind of help our girl out because sister is struggling
A
talking
little
about
bit.
picking up a man, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So to the men that will watch this show and we're trying to set her up on a date, if you do not have a car, you are not qualified.
That's right. What you
You're
say there, Uncle Reggie? I don't deal with a man without a car. That's right. But I cannot deal with a man without a job because I am not your mama or your daddy. Hello.
not
Hello.
Village has spoken.
Ding, 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 ding.
About it. Like I do know someone that doesn't have a car and he has a
Mhm.
job. Okay. But then guess what? That takes um either he's taking public transportation or
Mhm.
can you pick me up? Can you drop me off? I don't want to date you and you
Yeah.
can't get yourself to and from work.
Yeah. It's
So
and I think there's yeah, no, that's interesting you said that. And I think one of the pieces that she said that was interesting was the part or just in general, is if someone chooses not to have a car. Now, if I can have a car, and I can drive, I do have a driver's license, but I choose not to have one because maybe I live downtown and I don't want to have a car because I just want to go ahead and drop on public transportation or hit here and get to where I need to get to. If I need to go somewhere, then I can go ahead and get me, a limo or something like that, and that can take me from point A to point B if I need to go into the burbs or go out deep into the city. I think it's different from that perspective.
I
But
agree.
yeah,
Because I do have a lot of customers that live downtown Chicago and
right,
they don't have cars because of parking. But
yeah,
expect me to come and pick you up. Don't expect
that
me
part,
to have to meet with you at every restaurant or theater, wherever we may go. I don't feel the need that I have to meet up with you every time.
yeah. Yeah, and that was one of the good things about I know like for me and my husband when we first started dating, we both had our own vehicles or whatever, and we were our own individual men at the time, and one of the things I found attractive about him is the fact that he took care of business. You know what I mean? I know I had to worry about I had to worry about nothing. I knew that if uh, bills need to be paid, he was paying the bills. If I knew that he needs to get to where he needs to get to, he's going to get to where he needs to get to. So
Absolutely.
those were things that I found attractive in a partner to know that I didn't have to hold anybody's hand or walk, you know, anybody step by step.
Like Uncle said, I'm not your mama or your daddy.
That's right.
Yes,
Yeah. So, um, yeah,
man.
that's been some of my issues with dating, amongst other things too. I feel like people are more present behind the social media than they are in person. Have you ever? I can't even talk to y'all, but anybody in the comments, have you guys ever talked to someone on social media and you had this long texting conversation? Then when you meet them in person, it's like, where's all that
Crickets.
spark I felt like you had during the texts? Because they can text paragraphs and barely speak a sentence. Like, I think
Well,
social media has really dampened the social, interaction with people. Um,
I personally, again, I can't relate, but again, I'm not gonna deal with you. And you can text me a whole paragraph, and then when I see you, it's like, yeah, I'm a celebrity, but at the same time, you're gonna have to speak up. So that's the
Right.
person. They're not for you. If they can't hold a
Hmm.
conversation with you, and then never
yeah,
open the door to say, okay, I'll pick you up. What time will you be ready?
What?
The
What?
hell?
ooh,
No.
I would really love get ready by 8 o'clock. Friday 8 o'clock, we're going out and try. I would go in my closet. Like, what I'm gonna wear? This man finna take me out. I don't even
Mhm.
know where I'm going. That to me is a date. But when
Yeah.
they're asking you for your personal information, like where you live
Mm-mm.
and telling you where they live, or it's like a setting where it's just me and that person, no matter
Hmm.
how long we've been talking, it just seems a little bit like um you should already expect to know that something intimate is going to go down. I don't know. Now I ain't gonna say back in the day, I felt like that was just the new wave. Like it was like, okay, I play video games. You play video games. Okay, let's play video games together. But now it's like like the Netflix and chill would be a perfect date event if they didn't turn Netflix and chill into something that you should already know is going to be something intimate.
But
Like,
why on the first date are we meeting at each other's house?
ru-
That's a
ex-
no.
I never got it. I've done it before, but I've done it maybe a couple of hundred times. But I
Not
don't
a
know.
hundred.
It's for me. In order for you to like come over to my house, we have to have had these conversations. Like we have to have like, oh, this person's interesting. I like the
Right.
pictures. I'll meet you outside the door, see if I need to close it before you get to the house or not. It's not like I'm in the house with lingerie and I'm like, come on in, you know.
Either
Right.
way.
That's a whole different vibe. But I like, yeah, what Nishan is saying here, I don't know, because you are going to talk to me because I'm a whole vibe. Listen to that. I'm a whole vibe.
Right. And I feel, and I feel like I'm a
So you
vibe.
got
I
to
feel
set
like
that
even if you
tone.
came to my house to talk to me and get to know me, whatever, we finna talk. So
Yeah.
how many brothers and sisters
Yeah.
you got? I mean, what's your family like? I'm going to talk and
Hmm.
being a little more transparent. Oh my God, this tea girl. I've actually, I've actually had a guy get upset with me. Told me
Because you
I
just
was
want to
wa-
talk.
Told me I was wasting his time. He my place. He in my place. Good conversation
Mm.
over social media. Told me I was
Mm.
wasting his time because he came all the way from where he was at to come
Hmm.
to my place, and I'm talking. What else were you supposed to be doing?
He's in. So
What
that's
did he
my.
say?
If you invite me to your house, or I invite you to my house, that's exactly what we're going to be doing.
What
So you
I
got to be
mean,
specific.
I just
I don't know
I
about
just
nowadays, but I was
there was
very
nothing
specific.
there was nothing sexual about the conversation. There was nothing like I'm wearing pink panties and a pink, none of that.
Yeah,
Good
like
conversation. Good enough for me to be
Mm.
like, I want to see you, you know?
absolutely. Let's go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
So we're
So
gonna
what
go to the
happened? What happened?
we're gonna go to a restaurant. We are not going to go to my house.
Stop going to strangers' houses now. I've stopped. Listen, this is not what I'm talking about is past tense. Let's get this straight. I am not going to people. No, I'm not doing it now. I'm not doing it now. No, I'm not. That's a long time ago. I'm just telling you, I used to when I thought it was a new wave of people. Just people ain't going out no more. Maybe they got to come to your house to see how you live and then take you out. I don't know. I haven't dated seriously for years because I got tired of that. I got tired of like having to kick people out. Well, this is awkward. I have to get up in the morning. This is not working out. I've actually had. Okay, I'm gonna get. Listen, I don't only share this with everybody, but I'm gonna share this with y'all because I love you guys. Of course, I will definitely meet someone in the public place, but I've actually had one crazy experience. Y'all want to hear what crazy experience I've had with a person? I met someone, right? I believe this is probably back. It was a long time ago, years ago, maybe over 10 years ago. But I remember meeting a person, and they came to my house, and I had to go to the bathroom. Okay, I went to the bathroom, and I came back out. This person was bucket naked on my couch. What are you doing? You gotta go instantly. You gotta go.
So I'm gonna share something that I don't talk about, but since we're having this conversation, and
Let's talk about it.
people that we love, and maybe what I'm about to say will help someone that's watching now or later. I personally, um, I stand behind what I say. Don't meet anyone at their home or at your home.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
it happened to me before I met my husband. I was coming from school. I met a guy. Um, I met a guy. We talked on the phone day and night, day and night. Um, we went our separate ways. The conversation just kind of stopped. Like he wouldn't call, I wouldn't call. But back then I was just like, whatever, you ain't call me, I ain't calling you. And that's kind of how it was.
Right.
Well,
Hmm.
maybe a year later, I don't know how much time it was, but it was quite some time that had passed by. And I seen him working at 80 on 87 at the Home Depot. And we kind of
Okay.
talked again. And he's like, well, what happened to you? And I'm like, well, what happened to you? Like, I'm not gonna, chase anybody to call me, yada yada. We talked again for quite some time, and then we decided to meet. Well, we were gonna meet at the theater on 87th Street. Well, all of a sudden his car wasn't working. At this time, there is no bus. I mean, no Uber, no Lyft. So I had a taxi to take me to his house, and I was
Mm,
sexually assaulted in his home. But
Oh, wow.
I put myself in the situation of going into his home.
Right.
I said no. So when I said no, it should have been no. I actually had to take counseling. I went to counseling for years because I felt that it was my fault. I blamed myself for years because I went to someone's house. What was I expecting? I thought we
mm,
could play video games, watch TV. No, when you go to someone's house, you have to know that this person, or maybe you, are thinking you're going to have sex. So that's not the only reason I say don't go.
Right.
Because girl killed me that day. I
yeah.
could I could have been dead. It wasn't my time. And shout out to the officer on 79th Street. I don't recall his name, but he came and he was like, "Girl, you kicked his ass." And that's what the officer said to me. I felt like, do I say something? Do I just let him get away with it? And I was like, oh hell no, I'm not letting him get away with it because what he did to me, he'll do to
Could do
someone.
somebody else.
Or
Yeah.
have done to someone else.
That's true.
Right.
So and then when I got to call the police and they came to arrest him, he was actually sitting on his front porch drinking like nothing had happened. So for that reason and many other reasons, please do not go to people's house
Yes.
under
That's
no
right.
circumstances should a first date happen at a person's house. So
Yeah.
I
Yes.
love you guys for
Yeah.
listening to that. I don't know why I felt compelled to share it, but
No,
there it
that's
is.
no. Thank you.
That could
I
help.
appreciate you
That could
sharing
help
that.
someone else who's probably listening to my
That's
crazy
watching.
ass talk about. I was inviting him over to my house, and I just thought it was crazy that he didn't want to talk.
Yeah.
But no, I mean that's. I think it's if you think. I mean, in the LGBTQ community, it happens more commonly, I think, than it does in heterosexual community. And and I say that only because um, I think there's a lot of individuals that are still in the closet or that are not out, if you will, and they
Mm-hmm.
feel there's a layer of secret um, of secrecy that has to happen within that, right? So, and you feel that if I go to this individual's home, that everything is going to be okay. If they come to my home, everything is okay. It's under this auspice of secrecy. But it happens more than not, especially where there's sexual assault or abuse that comes into play, and it's not spoken about enough, I think.
It's not.
Um, and it needs to be because then a lot of these kids, and I say these kids, these babies nowadays, they'll understand that it's not a safe practice and it shouldn't happen. You should be
Yeah.
more conscious of what you're doing. And this is men on men, women on women, as well. So just to understand that is still a possibility. It doesn't matter. Um, uh, uh, it doesn't matter, so don't do it. It's not worth it. So, but we do
Yeah.
thank God that you're okay. Let's go put that you're here today with us, chatting it up and let's and getting into it and talking about it because it's like Clover would say, it's going to help out somebody else that's going to watch
Yeah.
this and it's going to help
And I
them move forward.
and I actually want to speak to the transgender community because I think a lot of guys who approach transgender women and meet in a private area, they assume that because of the stereotypical transgender women who are normally um, perceived as sex workers, that
The perception,
it's all just
yes.
a lure. Like, come watch a
Okay.
movie with me. It's just a lure for them to come
Hmm.
in and there's something supposed to happen. We're supposed to put on a show. We're supposed to just, but there are trans women that simply want a normal conversation with a cool guy who just wants, who just want to chill and vibe out with you. It's not all about that. And I think that's a misconception of trans women. We're represented as sexual people, which is reason why I don't like the term transsexual. When you think of transsexual, the sexual part sticks out with men, and I don't call me a transsexual. You will get blocked, deleted, and probably. I hate that word as much as I hate the F word. I hate that word.
Yeah.
And even the tranny word, like that's just so. It's so.
That's a whole. We're gonna have a whole topic on that one, a whole show just dedicated to
It
proper
is.
terminology that
Right.
needs to be had
My gender is
across the
trans.
board.
My
Yes.
gender is trans. Okay, that's all you
Mhm.
need to know. And that does not.
Right.
It's not. And also, why are we on the subject? Because this is another show. I'm just gonna say this now on this show. If I'm telling you I'm transgender, do not assume that I'm inviting you to tell you parts about my anatomy. That's not an invitation to ask me, "Oh, you're transgender, so what's between your legs?"
Oh my goodness, it's a mess. It's
Just,
all a
just
mess.
I had to put that out there. I had to put that out there. I'm sorry, but listen,
Yeah.
be careful
Okay,
with
a couple
meeting
of
people on
comments.
social medias
Mm-hmm.
because it's a crazy world we're living in as we see it every day. The violence in not just Chicago, not just Houston, not just California, whatever, everywhere. The violence and stuff, and people are really fighting with their whatever their inner preferences or
Inner
whatever.
demons. Yeah.
Their own demons, their own sexual demons and stuff too. So just putting program you guys in your head that meeting someone in your house for the first time is an automatic invitation for someone to feel like there's going to be more than just a Netflix and chill, more than just, oh, I'm cooking a meal for this guy that we talk about food all the time, so I'm going to cook for him. Don't do it in your house. Okay, meet someone in a
Mm-hmm.
public place, get a feel of their personality, and date more. Stop this hookup stuff. That I don't know what it is about.
We we're gonna come back to that last statement you just said, or the second to the last statement, date more, because we're gonna bring that in, because we're gonna poll our guests today and see what they think about you getting out here and dating more, ma'am. So we're gonna come back to that one. Yes, ma'am. Yep.
I would
Mm-hmm.
date more when a
No,
date
no, no, no.
is presented to me. When a date
but
is presented to me, not my address,
but you
not your
can but you can
address.
invite a gentleman out on a date
If
too.
a nice gentleman hit me up and said, "Hey, um, I've liked your pictures and your content, and I'm really interested in getting to know you. Would you like to meet over drinks, or would you like
Mm-hmm.
to go grab a bite to eat?" Sure. But when your initial conversation is, "What side of town you stay at?"
Right, I understand that. I understand that.
Why?
I got it.
Do you
So,
stay
Ms. Coco, what do you
alone?
think? Do
Do
you
you live
think that it would
alone?
be? Do you think that it would be okay if she were to see someone out or see something and pursue the gentleman and said or asked him out on a date?
Yeah,
How do you feel
yeah,
about that?
I do, but you know what? I do believe in it. I maybe once or twice. I ain't did it too often.
I'm asking Miss Coco. We'll see
I've
what Miss
invited.
Coco think about it.
Oh, okay,
See what
cool.
Miss Coco think. What you think, Miss Coco?
I'm going to answer your question, but before I do, let me ask you this. Do you think a woman should open a man's door?
No, for
Do
what?
I think a woman should open a man's door?
Yes.
I
Under this circumstance,
If
if
he in
I'm
a
entering a place
no,
and
ma'am, in a car.
say if it's
oh
You guys are in a car.
no,
oh no, no. Well, yes. And let me explain what I mean by yes. If a man comes over, opens the door, and you get in the car, she should be able to reach on over to his side of the car and pop that car open for him.
Absolutely. But if you both are outside
That's
of
what I
the
mean. No, no, no,
okay.
no.
So I personally, I don't agree with a woman asking a man out on a date.
Hmm. I kind of figured that. That's why I asked you to chime in. Why?
Don't
Why?
see me asking a man on a date.
you don't think men deserve to be asked out on a date?
Men deserve a lot of things. Thank you, Miss Randy. I appreciate it. Men deserve a lot of things that sometimes us women fall short on.
I
But
agree.
asking him on a date, the first date at that's a no for me. That's a no for me.
So the
Mm.
first date, you say no.
I say no.
So after the man take you on a date, would you take him out on a date
Absolutely.
second?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, initial dates shouldn't be, yeah. But if a guy showed me a good time, I would then be like, hey, you want to go to the movie? My treat.
Absolutely. And I don't think that men should have to pay for every single
At
date.
all. At all. Women,
Oh, I love you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh.
yeah.
But you know what? When I won't touch too much on it, but I actually had actually years ago, Nova and I used to work for the same school bus company. I don't think it was at the same time, but we ended up working for the same company together. And I was a bus monitor. And I met this sweet little girl. And for whatever reason, one day I opened up and I told her what had happened to me because
Mm.
I seen me in her. I was at a point in my life that it was just dark, like all black. I wore baggy clothes. Um, and I seen me in her. And when I tell you guys, I opened up to her and she just told me so much. And it's
Mm.
like I learned at that moment, like we have to share our stories because we don't
Yeah.
know who needs to
Yeah.
hear. And me hearing her story caused me to do other things. And I was able to get her out of the environment that she was in. She was labeled as a bad kid. She went to a bad school, like for bad, but she wasn't a bad kid. That's what they had
Mm-hmm.
labeled her as because of what she was going through in the home. So yeah, you never know who, like, how I can relate to someone else and vice versa. But thank you all so much for the love. But don't open no man's door. Don't invite them on the first date. Do not go to their home. Don't go out to dinner and then say we're gonna end up at my home if you don't have the intent to be sexual with them.
Okay. Unless you finna drop it like it's hot and bust it wide open. Hey.
Oh, wait
One
a
more
minute
drink for you. What's in your cup again? Tea.
now.
Tea. Tea.
Mm-hmm.
Lemon tea. Um,
Let's see
yeah,
what we got
so
next.
Yeah.
like I said, I haven't dated. It just seemed like a lot of the advances that I do get are more so based on where I live and can they come over. And they get rejected because I've been there, I've done that. Um, and luckily I have not had an experience where it just traumatized me to the point where I'm scared to even meet people. But I have introverted myself a lot from experiences that I've had with just meeting people, period, in general. So it can change your perception on people. Meeting people in your house is dangerous. Like the disclosure said, we don't encourage anyone to meet anyone in your place of residency the first day. Maybe not even the second or third date. Maybe wait till like maybe the fourth. Maybe it's kind of short. Okay, let me see what you living like. Cause I'm seeing what you are in public, but let me see if your house clean.
Especially if you have children.
Well,
Oh,
that's a whole
good
no
point.
no go.
Good
It's a
point.
whole no go. You definitely shouldn't be bringing nobody in your house if you got children,
Exactly. No,
single parent.
that should take months
Yeah,
to
yeah.
maybe a year or
And
so.
that goes back to our first point we were talking about with that one. You know why? A lot of people say, "Oh, I ain't." Instead of inviting them or bringing them around family members and loved ones until you really
Hmm.
know this individual. And
Yeah.
kids are definitely a part of that list, if not the
Yeah.
top of that list. Okay. Shoot.
So that plays a big key in the dating versus hookup. Dating, you going out, you're getting to know who this person is, and you're learning if they have kids. Because sometimes
Right.
um, a lot of guys I've known that don't claim their kids,
Well, that's a whole nother thing.
and that that whole other. So
Red flag.
you wanna really get to the kids is to get to know who they are after the comfortability has set in, after they've shown you their best representative. You want to find that comfort zone that they're in. If that
Yeah.
comfort zone that they're in matches your comfort zone, and you say, okay, so it's been like a month or two, this person's still going to work every day, still being consistent with what then
The shower, huh? Come on, Scholar J. I know
I'm
what you meant.
enjoying time.
Yeah. you drinking on, Miss Skylar? What's in
Girl,
your
what you cooking? You cooking to drink it? Yeah, put that cooking wine down. That's cooking wine. You ain't supposed to drink it. It's cooking wine.
Okay, you guys. Speaking of shower, I have
Let's
shower
get
you
it.
guys with a note from the box. You guys, this has been a very, very, very good show. I love the feedback and everyone who shared this. Y'all MVPs. Trust
yeah,
me, you guys are MVPs. This has been a good
Yes.
show. I enjoyed everything. So, those of you who are new here, this is the note box. There are little pieces of notes that are topics that I pull out the box and we just give our opinion on it. It's very random. It could be something related to the subject, and it could be something that's totally off the subject. We don't have a special guest here, but we are going to play the game ourselves
Round
every
robin.
episode here on KN. As you guys see, I am. Oh, it's the my my camera
You
is
got to get your
mirrored.
member.
So as you guys see, I'm shuffling up, and I'm just going to pick one out of the box,
there you go.
and I don't know what it's
Not
going to be.
in your space.
And to reiterate, some of these topics are some friends that I've had to write some stuff down and just fold it up. I don't want to see it. Just write it and fold it. I'm throw it in the box. Some of them are mine, and we're just going to get into it. And if it's something that's too crazy, I'm not going to. Okay. Oh, okay. So this says, what are the 3 most important ways to have a long-lasting relationship?
Look at
Mhm.
that.
What
I
are the 3
like
most
it.
important ways to have a long-lasting relationship? I'm gonna pass it to Antonio G. Since you got,
Mm.
and then Miss
Do we
Coco.
all want to give one, or do we each want to do 3?
First of all, I don't
How y'all
know.
want to do it?
So y'all figure it out. I don't know.
Oh,
Clearly,
what you want to do, Miss Coco? You want to each do one or each
tell
do
me
3? What do you
something.
want to
Hello, thank you, whoever wrote that.
I'll
do? Let's do 3. Okay. Let's see. I would say one has to.
You guys
Huh?
go ahead and put your answers in the comments,
Yeah,
please. We
what
have
are 3?
3.
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna read it again for
Yeah.
you guys. And also, before you answer that, Mr. Antonio, if you guys have a topic or a subject that you want us to put in the box, hashtag it on our YouTube channel, Cloven Over Notes, under this post. Just put a hashtag and then put whatever the topic is, and then we'll put it on a piece of paper and put it in the box. And your topic may get pulled on another show. So the topic is, what are the 3 most important ways to have a long lasting relationship? Mr. Antonio.
Have a long lasting
The
relationship.
3 most important ways.
Hmm. I would have to say that's a good question. One definitely has to be communication. One definitely
Good
has to be communication.
communication.
Constant communication. Um, I think you definitely have to communicate, and you have to be effective with the communication, right? Because there are times when you would say things and the individual just doesn't, I won't say agree, but they don't understand what your intent is behind it. And if you have if you communicate without proper intent, it can be perceived incorrectly or wrong. So by doing that, that can cause a lot of issues. So I think that it's important to bet you have effective communication. So that's one of the big ones. The second one will have to be um, under, um, understanding that you don't always have to be right. And that's a
Yes.
hard.
Yes.
That's a huge. It's a very difficult one.
Yes.
Understand that you do not always have to be right, and sometimes you're gonna be wrong, and it's okay if you're wrong. Be wrong, right? Um, so I think that's a big one. And then the last one has to be to apologize when you're wrong. Just say sorry. I'm sorry. I said it wrong. I did it wrong, and just be
I've
honest.
actually had relationships like that where I felt like we were trying to just prove each other wrong or right, or prove our point over another person's point. So that's very key too. So that falls in the compromising category too. You have to know how to
Yeah.
compromise. Sometimes, even when you're right, just let it go.
Right.
If it's nothing that's going to be detrimental to your relationship, let your significant other be right sometimes. 'Cause I know sometimes I'm wrong, and these two over here, they'll go along with it. You know, they won't tell me, but they'll go along with it, and I love them for that. Um,
What
but
you got, Miss
even in your
Coco?
friendship, sometimes, how many of y'all have friends that y'all like? Okay, girl, I don't really agree with that, but for the sake of not ending a relationship without a friendship, I'm gonna let you have that one. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Coco
Mm-hmm.
can relate because I know a lot of times she just want to shake me, but
Hmm.
I love her
Say
for
it.
it. I love her for not shaking me because I know I can be a little bit much, and um, so yeah, put your comments below and make sure you hashtag any topics you want to put in the box. What are yours, Miss Coco? What are your 3 most important ways to have a long lasting relationship?
Sorry, guys.
I did that thing again where I ramble, and they don't
Yes,
like
just a
that.
little bit. That's all right,
I'm
but we
sorry.
still love
Hey,
you.
this is
This
why
is
I felt like
one
I
of
should be
us.
doing this because I talk too much sometimes. This is why I have co-hosts because they can say, "Girl,
Come on, Miss Coco, what you
stop
got,
talking." This lady here.
So when the kids were doing e-learning, you remind me of those kids that kept saying, "Sit down, stop,
Right,
stop, mute your microphone."
And then
right.
my mommy didn't pay her rent, so we got kicked out. And then
That's right. That's
Sorry,
right. Tell us
guys,
business, everybody.
because as you see, Nova's going. But my 3 would be clear communication, consistency
mm,
all around the board, and accountability.
mm, right, don't switch up. Once you got the person, don't be like, okay, I'm relaxing. That was just to get you.
Well, that's
Now I'm
level
going to
spirit.
show you who I really am.
That's very important. So everything I needed to do to get my king, I have to continue to do those things. I can't, dress cute, and then now that I got him, I want to put on, joggers and t-shirt all day.
Yeah.
No, the
Chop
exact
it like it's hot.
I
Chop
need
it like it's hot.
to get. That's how I'm going to keep him. So don't get too comfortable in a relationship that you lose yourself and just feel like you don't have to do this anymore. But no, the same thing you did to get that person, you have to continue doing that. So
Yes,
yeah,
I love it.
my
I
seat.
love it too. So if you guys are enjoying the show so far, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure you guys hit that bell for notifications so that you guys will not
Ding,
miss an episode.
ding, ding,
Um,
ding, ding, ding.
I would like to also, once again, offer you guys the Fetch app download promo code for 2,000 points. And those 2,000 points are used to gain gift cards. Okay, so I don't know how many. If you go shopping a lot, I'm addicted to it personally. You just take a picture of your receipt. It scans the date, the price, and the name of the store, and you get points. I'm offering you my code right now, which is the FK726M code. When you download the Fetch app and put that code in, your very first receipt that you download, you get 2,000 points with that. And you can use it towards gift cards. You can use it for merchandise, for the Fetch merchandise, and other stuff too. But I go in the stores asking for extra receipts. Can you hand me those receipts over there? And I scan them. So you scan those, you get gift cards, and they're good for a holiday gift, birthday gift, a gift for yourself, and there you go. The Fetch app, you guys get it.
Just don't get addicted, you guys. Like
I'm
no,
addicted. Like I will go in any store. Can you have extra receipts?
Yeah, I know how you walk and you see people looking for change. That's Noble with receipts. All in parking lots picking up receipts. Like,
If you're
please
out
don't be
if you're
ridiculous.
out shopping with people and you have your group of friends that throw their receipts away, tell them give me your receipt. Just scan it, then you can throw it away.
Yeah.
Scan the receipt. And if you have receipts now, before you even download the app, you can go back 14 days and scan those receipts.
And last but not least, shout out to Mandy's Soul Food Kitchen located in Bolingbrook, Illinois.
Landis.
They are awesome. The food is delicious and not pricey at all. So if you're in the Bolingbrook area, feel free to stop in and tell them you heard it here first on KNN.
Right.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to KNN one more time. This is our 8th show. I'm so happy to have my co-host riding this
Yes.
wave with me. I'm so happy. Shout out again to the House of Everything for showing a girl a good time. I was hearing that I'm part of the house
You were hearing?
Have
now. I'm part of the house now, you guys. I'm a member. I'm gonna just come
Oh,
in there and
okay.
yeah. So I'm gonna leave with the question. Oh, it's time to go, y'all. I'm gonna leave with the question of the day, and that is: Did social media change the way we date? If yes, how so? If not, is it easier or more difficult on social media than versus publicly? Okay, comment your comments below on YouTube, you guys. If you have any comments or questions, whatever, do not text us, do not DM us. Please comment below. We stay on YouTube, Hawking the Page, so we're going to answer every question on every post. We get it. Thank y'all so much for joining the show. Y'all have a good time. I had a good time. Y'all had a good time.
Yes.
Yes. So until then, you guys, you know what I say. Stay peaceful, stay positive, stay productive, but most importantly,
Stay
Stay
blessed.
stay
blessed.
blessed, y'all. Till
Bye.
then. Yeah.